What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and buckle your seatbelts. We have major news coming out. This is your breaking news update, stimulus check update, recession and inflation update, and we got to start off by talking about one of the most politically polarizing individuals in Congress right now. Chances are you either love him or you hate him, depending on your political party, and that is none other than Senator Joe Manchin. Now, Senator Joe Manchin, he's actually a Democrat, considered a moderate conservative Democrat, which means if you had a scale left to right, you had extreme progressive Democrats, far left, and then you had extreme right conservative Republicans. He's kind of right in the middle, but he sides with Democrats. Well, seems like even though he is a registered Democrat, he is siding with Republicans. And right now, he is going against his party and everything that they're trying to push through, and he is not liked in Congress right now by Democrats, but he is loved by Republicans. And let's take a stroll here down memory lane. Some of the things that he has done right now that has caused a lot of uproar in his party. And that is, as you'll recall, the American Rescue Plan Act, the last stimulus package that was passed last year, March of 2021, he reduced the amount of the child tax credits, said he would not get on board with the process of reconciliation to pass the legislation unless they reduced it. Also, income eligibility requirements for stimulus checks required that was reduced as well. And why? Because he is concerned about adding debt to our nation, which will cause inflation to go up, and he's also concerned about potential recessions, which we're hearing is likely everything happening right now. Sounds like he might have been correct with those concerns. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Now, also, we've had issues with more stimulus packages, more stimulus checks, more child tax credits, the Build Back Better bill. All of these very likely could have got passed through with majority votes in Congress, as Democrats hold the majority. They have the House, the presidency, and the Senate is split 50-50. And he has literally been almost the single individual blocking more provisions, more legislation from going through because of his concerns about debt, inflation, and recessions. Well, let me know your thoughts, you guys, but we're hearing it happened yet again, and he is making headlines. Take a look, you guys, just coming out. Republicans and Joe Manchin. Let me know your thoughts. Is he actually an undercover Republican? Blocked the Democrats' bill codifying Roe versus Wade's abortion rights protections and the Senate Democrats' imaginary majority. I think that pretty much sums it up. From abortion to Ukraine, we mentioned stimulus, immigration. The caucus is confronting its tenuous control over the chamber, which they're saying does not actually exist. Now, a lot of people are asking, how can he have so much power? Some people are calling him President Joe Manchin. Well, it's all because of the way the Senate is currently structured, with 50 Democrats and 50 Republicans. I kid you not, if it was 51-49, it would be a totally different scenario, and very likely that all of these things that they have mentioned that have failed likely would have passed if they would have had just one more seat in the Senate. But the way it is, and with his opinions, it is very likely that that single seat has caused everything to change. Now, we're going to be seeing what's unfolding here. I'm going to let you know, but let's take a look at the video footage and these articles, dive right in, get you caught up on the latest as Joe Manchin, he is making a splash yet again. So before we dive in, though, also wanted to mention, check out the second channel, Steve Ram Finance. More content coming on that channel. And there is a lot happening in our economy. Not sure if you've seen the stock market lately. It is plunging. Inflation is at a 40-year high. Cryptocurrencies are down. A lot of people are concerned what's going to be happening with the stock market, with real estate, with business. Check out that channel. I'm going to keep you updated on there as well. Also, if you appreciate these updates, economic news updates here on this channel, about what's happening with stimulus in Congress, do me a quick favor, just takes a second, smash that like button. I appreciate it. Helps out the channel a ton. Also, like I said, leave your comments. Love to hear your thoughts. Share this out if you think it could help out other people. If this is your first time here and you want to stay up to date, totally free, all you got to do is hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. Why not? Come join the Ram fam. I'll let you know everything going on. And if you got any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. But with that being said, you guys, let's take a look at the video footage so you can see it for yourself as to what unfolded with Joe Manchin and more legislation that he has sided with Republicans.
On this vote, the yeas are 49, the nays are 51. 3/5 of the senators duly chosen and sworn not having voted in the affirmative. The motion is not agreed to. The clerk will report the motion to invoke cloture.
Good evening. Once again, I'm Stephanie Rule. 181 days to the midterm elections, and protecting the right to choose is quickly becoming a key strategy for Democrats ahead of those elections. Today, all 50 Senate Republicans, with the help from West Virginia Democrat Joe Manchin, blocked legislation that would have made Roe versus Wade federal law. Now Democrats are gearing up to take their case to the courts and to the voters.
The Senate failed to stand in defense of a woman's right to make decisions about her own body. This vote clearly suggests that the Senate is not where the majority of Americans are on this issue. It also makes clear that a priority for all who care about this issue, a priority should be to elect pro-choice leaders at the local, the state, and the federal level.
We are going to continue to highlight this issue relentlessly and strongly between now and November.
Senate Republicans Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski say they are not giving up on a law to protect the rights upheld in Roe v. Wade. They've introduced their own bill, and Collins has been meeting with Democrat Tim Kaine to discuss it. Meanwhile, Politico, which published that leaked draft opinion by Justice Alito overturning Roe, says it appears to be the only opinion circulated thus far.
There is no other opinion in circulation. Most likely these justices have had a long time to think about this issue. They were already obviously questioned about it in their confirmation hearings. They said what they said about it, but they also know what they think about it. And I doubt that other justices or the public reaction is likely to sway them at this point.
Politico adds the justices are meeting privately tomorrow for the first time since the leak. Meanwhile, abortion rights supporters have been demonstrating in front of the homes of Justices Roberts, Kavanaugh, and Alito. Attorney General Merrick Garland has now ordered the U.S. Marshal Service to provide additional security for all 9 members of the court. We're also keeping an eye on the latest in key investigations into the 2020 elections and, of course, the January 6th riot.
So there you have it, you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and link in the description below to this article that just came out today that says every day it seems brings another reminder of the severe limitations of Democrats' illusory majority in a 50-50 Senate. Pretty much non-existent. Now, first Democratic leaders tossed out pandemic relief from a Ukrainian aid bill at the behest of Republicans who were threatening a filibuster. Then the party entertained giving the GOP a politically volatile vote on reversing the Biden administration's border policy. And then yesterday, showed there isn't even a majority in the Senate for Democrats' preferred abortion rights bill. Now, jumping down, it says Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and the caucus charged ahead on that abortion bill, and Manchin joined all 50 Senate Republicans in voting no on a bill that would have preserved and in some cases expanded abortion rights in the Supreme Court's strikedown of Roe v. Wade that's coming next month. That left Manchin isolated in his caucus yet once again, just as he was on filibuster reform and that $1.7 trillion party line social spending bill known as the Build Back Better. So this is a reoccurring theme with Senator Joe Manchin opposing a lot of the legislative agenda of political Democrats in Congress and going and siding with more conservative Republican perspectives and joining them in their votes. Let me know your thoughts. Now, with all of this being said, do you feel like the only way forward for potentially stimulus checks, stimulus packages, child tax credits, an assortment of different provisions is going to be executive orders and executive actions? We've heard the president and a lot of Democrats say they want to work with their Republican colleagues to pass legislation through with bipartisan means, getting 60 senators to pass it through. However, it does not look like there is any means of them coming together at this time. Perspectives are so polarized and opposing that they just can't pass anything through the traditional means. Now, in addition to that, it also seems like Democrats are not unified themselves. Senator Joe Manchin is stopping the process of reconciliation, which Democrats were kind of holding in their back pocket, hoping that they could use that reconciliation card. So, with that being said, do you think that at this time, if Democrats are going to be able to get anything done before these midterm elections to try to stay in power, it's going to have to go through executive orders and executive actions, and that includes stimulus checks, child tax credits, getting rid of student loan debt, an assortment of provisions that they have promised that they said were on the way. Is the only way going to be executive orders? Let me know your thoughts, you guys. Do you think we will be seeing them coming up here shortly? As it appears, legislation It's not getting through. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But you guys, that is the latest. And as always, thank you so much for joining me here on the channel. As more information rolls out, I will keep you up to date on state, county, city stimulus checks, federal legislation, everything going on, inflation, a recession. I'll keep you up to date here on the channel. And if you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget, smash that like button if you appreciate the updates. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Also, leave your comments, share this out. If this is your first time here and you want to stay up to date, totally free, why not? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Come join the Ram fam. Turn on the notification bell to stay up to date. If you got any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. And consider joining that second channel, Steve Ram Finance, to learn about growing wealth and personal finance. But with that being said, you guys, once again, thank you so much for joining me, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.